Handheld games often succeed through a pick-up-and-play ethos, enabling gamers to stop and start as they move on the go. But on the flip side, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney is one of those games you can't take your eyes off as you progress, itching to see what wacky twist and memorable moment is around the corner. As you investigate and enter the courtroom, it not only makes excellent use of the hardware, but also weaves a series of intriguing, breathtaking crimes that absorb you from the get-go. As such, this remains one of the best games for Nintendo's successful handheld, and a must. Players don the blue suit and spiky hair of Phoenix Wright, a lawyer who has just passed the bar. Despite being a ball of nerves, his first case involves childhood friend Larry Butts as a suspect in a murder, quickly showcasing the charming use of puns. Serving as a tutorial for the courtroom segments, it's up to Phoenix to get his friend off the hook while learning the ropes from his mentor Mia. Though the cases are separate in story, they do have ties to each other through Phoenix's reactions to other characters, his intense rivalry with prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, and how Phoenix copes after he loses a close friend early on in the game. The stories are written with aplomb, delivering unexpected turns and buoyed by the likeable characters you meet along the way, as well as the doofus charm of protagonist Phoenix. Divided into 5 cases, the main objective of each is to see your client proclaimed not guilty through investigation and courtroom drama. The path you take throughout the game is linear, and though most cases aren't too perplexing, you do often need to follow the script without deviating from the solution. Thankfully, characters will often chime in with subtle hints to lead you in the right direction. Though you follow a set story, cases are usually well constructed, with some fascinating twists and funny moments. The surprise-focused nature of mysteries tends to leave little replayability, but the lengthy cases are more than enough to keep you satisfied. The DS is put to good use, as much functionality can be utilised on the touchpad. Dialogue is scrolled through by pressing the screen, but you can also consult the court record and all the evidence at the touch of a button, point out contradictions in photos by touching the bottom screen, and even shout into your DS when you want to press or object. The coolest functionality comes in the final case, created exclusively for the DS update. You can pour fingerprint dust by tapping the screen, then blowing into the mic to clear it, tilt objects around, and perform blood splatter tests, all with the bottom screen. It's a shame these aren't used in more cases, as it's an interesting way to utilise the DS's strengths. Cases are divvied into 2 gameplay types. Outside of the courtroom, Ace Attorney plays like a traditional adventure game. Navigating in the first person, you travel between key areas and discuss the case with key personnel, examine the environment for clues, and unravel some serious revelations which can upend the case. It can be a touch frustrating how specific the solution to these scenarios is, as you're forced to traipse through areas looking for one key detail or show a certain piece of evidence to the right person, and can become unstuck until you do. However, exploration is usually fun, as interacting with certain background items can trigger funny discussions between Phoenix and his assistant, such as the infamous ladder versus stepladder argument. But the courtroom is the real star of Ace Attorney. Here, your job is to break down testimonies from police officers, witnesses, and other key individuals related to each case. These are given to you through a series of text boxes, which you can freely scroll through after hearing them. After, you'll either need to press statements to gain more information, and often uncover cracks in the testimony, or once you have the key evidence to dismiss the testimony, You can then object and point out said contradiction. These result in some of the best moments of the game, as witnesses can explode after cracking their testimony multiple times. The first case, for example, sees the witness ripping his toupee off and throwing it at poor Phoenix. The court cases deftly balance suspense, humour and shocks, absorbing the player deep within their mysteries. Though solutions can be straightforward, presenting the wrong evidence too many times can result in a game over. Another key part of selling the drama is the presentation. The 2D style, a carryover from the Game Boy Advance original, uses a number of varied animations for each character, helping to clearly define their personality. Phoenix is such an awkward goof, and his facial reactions to these outlandish cases is a highlight. A lot of the set dressing, such as the courtroom, will repeat, but they are rendered nicely and some of the backgrounds look particularly stunning, such as the outdoor film studio in the third case. It looks really solid, and the charming animated style is perfectly juxtaposed with criminal stories. The sound enhances as well, with the brilliant use of audio cues that add tension, such as the slight beep when you're close to a discovery. The music is outstanding, be it the iconic pursuit track, which raises you towards each case's conclusion, or the unsettling bass track, which forebodes ominous revelations. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is a standout amongst the DS's library of adventure games. Its unique premise is buoyed by solid mechanics, engrossing storytelling, and a charming presentation. Some of the structure stumbles can be frustrating, especially for those not as keen on classic brute force adventure games, but its goofy exterior and immense charm ensure these points are minor next to the positives. The cat and mouse nature of courtroom testimonies is something every DS owner should try.